It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and we get to watch Juwan Johnson. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Caps and the Bisons, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
Yeah, and this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They are led out by the veteran, the one they call the Red Rifle, dating back to his old days at TCU. It's Andy Dalton.
When you take a quick look at the box score, you'd think, okay, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They clearly won the game, but it wasn't the case. And what that tells me is they're just not getting enough contribution from the entire team. He had a really nice day. Some things that he still needs to clean up, but can they get better balance on the offensive side of the ball? And then, frankly, they need to make more plays on defense and get more contribution out of the special teams. This can't just be a team that puts all the pressure on the quarterback position and says, hey, go out every week and just win us the game by yourself.
3rd and 6. Throwing, Dalton. In trouble, and down he goes.
3rd down is the down that pass rushers live for. More often than not, they know it's a passing situation, and they get to just pin their ears back and go. Here early in this game, they're able to bring down the quarterback, and I got a feeling this won't be the last time.
So the drive ends, and on comes Jordan Stout to kick it away. Back deep to receive the explosive Cavante Turpin. This one, fielded, out beyond the 25. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
Mike, the term generational talent, it gets thrown around a bit too loosely these days, in my opinion, but you can make an argument if one guy coming out of the draft the last couple years was worthy of that description, it's Caleb Williams. I mean, the arm talent, the playmaking ability, the ability to play off script when things don't go perfectly. I mean, he is such an interesting prospect, special player, and I'm excited to watch him here in this one.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. Here comes 3rd and 6. To throw is Williams. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
The defense decides to come with a blitz here on 3rd down, and it's a little feast or famine. You're counting on getting home and getting to the quarterback. But give credit to the offensive line. Not only do they protect, they buy enough time for the quarterback to escape the pocket, turns himself into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
Man in motion is Smith. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost him 5. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He finds Devontae Smith. They gain 18 yards on that one. And that will be a first down. Straight ahead, it's Walker. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up. Here's Walker. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker.
Really nice play recognition there by the defense. They sensed the quarterback had nowhere to go downfield, and that ball was going to be checked down. The moment that ball hit the running back's hands, there was nowhere to go.
McManus's kick is good. And the Caps are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bisons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he is in the midst of a sensational season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards. The drive starts with a carry by Eckler. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Dalton. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
Nice change of pace there on the back end, Mike. They brought dime defense, which means they have 6 defensive backs. That's a lot of guys back there defending this passing game, and when the quarterback has nowhere to go with the ball, he tends to hold it longer than his offensive line can protect for, and he goes down for the sack.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Here's Jordan Stout now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. To return, it is Turpin. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Caps offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. He's got his man. That's Hunter Renfrow. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. This one is caught by Juwan Johnson. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. On the bootleg, it's Williams. He'll carry that ball loosely, and it is out. The defense has got it. And now, following the turnover, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Dalton to throw. And this will be incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll be second down. Now it's Dalton. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If you can't protect the quarterback in the NFL, you might as well just throw your entire playbook in the garbage. Everything starts there. And with the amount this quarterback's been hit and taken down here in the first quarter, are we confident that we're going to be able to even see him in the game come the second?
Dalton. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
It's hard to even fathom giving up 5 sacks in a game, let alone giving up 5 sacks before halftime. But that's the reality of the situation they're in right now. So this falls right now on the quarterback, the offensive line, and the coaches. They've got to come up with a game plan here coming out of the break to give their quarterback a fighting chance.
The Caps offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. An injured player on that one, and it's Nick Bosa. Game stopped as they come to look at the outstanding defender. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Here's Wilson. He'll try to run for it. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. From the pistol, here's Walker. And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. It was Dietrich Wise with the tackle that time. They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. He'll try and get there on the ground. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
Something every defense works on all week long, Mike, based on the quarterback that you're going to play. They say, okay, what is our rush plan this week? Are we rushing to a spot, or are we rushing a guy that we'd rather keep in the pocket? Whatever the plan is, there's got to be more cohesiveness in these 3rd and long situations.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a 1st down. So just a lone field goal in the 1st quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
Now he'll run it. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down. Third and short yardage, and here's Williams. He will fight his way to the end zone. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Caps. Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Caps are out to a 10-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Bisons offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here, right up there among the NFL leaders in touchdown passes. To throw is Dalton. Got a man. That's Rashee Rice. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The defense has it. The Caps offense ready to get back at it. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Here's Williams. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Williams. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
And I like the idea of moving the pocket. It makes it harder for the defense to rush the passer, but you have to account for the end man on the line of scrimmage, and that guy's job is to set an edge. Nobody gets outside of me. In this case, the quarterback. You've got to be better protecting your edges anytime you put your quarterback on the move.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bisons offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. They'll run to begin the drive with Eckler. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Boye Mafe in on the tackle. 2nd and 7. Now Dalton. A pass complete to the tight end, Evan Ingram. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Eckler. They'll stay on the ground. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Foye Oluokun with the play. They face 2nd down and 7. Dalton working from the pistol. That's taken in. It's Austin Eckler. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Out of the gun, they give it to Eckler. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. That lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On 3rd down, here is Eckler. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. On 1st down, here's Nix to throw. He keeps it himself.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
With good blocking leading the way, he's got the 1st down inside the 25. RPO, and they throw it to Rice. And he'll be taken down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Throwing, Dalton. This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Bisons. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand. Let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Richie James now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Caps offense ready to see what they can do. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Now Williams. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Johnson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Man in motion is Smith. On 2nd down, Walker. And he'll work this forward to the 35. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it with Walker. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. And they convert on 3rd down. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion. And a
pressure gets there, and down he goes.
We spend so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make. And, of course, that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on 3rd down, and give yourself a chance.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll run right. Here's Walker. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Here's Dalton. That's caught. It's Marshawn Lloyd. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's going to let it fly downfield for Beckham. He works free, right side. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 71 yards. It is a touchdown. Fairbairn to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bisons move out in front by a point. It's 14-13. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The home team's offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Now he takes off. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. He'll take off again. Now the offense will use their 3rd and final timeout. The clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down. To throw, it's Williams. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for, with both these teams in it to win it.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. Cavante Turpin on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. This one taken in by Renfro. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Williams to throw on 2nd down. He'll get this complete to Walker. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. The run up the middle, it's Walker. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. That's Greg Newsome in to make the stop. 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Williams. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Nothing real fancy on that one, just a defensive lineman winning his one-on-one matchup. He beats the offensive lineman, gets to the quarterback, and brings him down for a sack.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. The Caps ready to send this one away. He's on for the 2nd time and wouldn't mind a carbon copy of that first kick. Here's Austin to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Eckler. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Dalton. That's caught by Eckler. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Going to try to pick up the 1st down with his own read.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Dalton. That's caught once again by Ingram. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Ingram. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Dalton to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. He chooses to keep it on the zone read. And he's not going to get the first down. Met and brought down in the backfield on 3rd and short. They do not get it done. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Nick's going to keep it on the zone read.
I love this call, Mike. Put the pressure on the defense to make the right decision. In this case, they decide to go after the running back, but it's the quarterback who pulls it and keeps it himself and is able to convert for the first down.
Quick throw here is complete. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the zone read, this is Nix. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one. 3rd down, 3 to go. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Austin Eckler. Touchdown, Bisons. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bisons extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's James. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Geno Stone that time, all over him in coverage. On third down, it's Williams. And that is incomplete. Gabe Davis, the intended receiver, and it's going to bring up fourth down. The Caps ready to send this one away. This is taken at his own 30. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Bisons offense and running back Austin Eckler getting set for their next drive. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, here's Nix. There's a short one taken by Ingram. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down. 12 yards on the pickup, and that's a first down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. It's Eckler from the pistol. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Here's Nix to throw. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. A big play on that one. 32 yards. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Nix. To the left side, into the hands of Collins. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now Nix going to look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line. Cleveland Ferrell, former 4th overall pick of the Raiders, gets in there for the sack.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
They'll throw. It's Nix. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will not be quite able to stretch the ball out. They're going to mark him down after that huge run all the way to the 1. Now a timeout for injury. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll run here with Eckler. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Austin Eckler. Touchdown, Bisons. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Fairbairn to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Bisons will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's James. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and Caleb Williams set to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. Open man, that's Renfro. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. A handoff, running left, it is Walker. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. Once again, it's Walker. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Catch made right side, it's Johnson. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it. Straight ahead, it's Walker. Has some room inside the 30. What a run, he brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line.
Explosive plays. Teams understand just how valuable they are in regards to the ability to score points. Typically, they come through the air, Mike. In this case, they got it on the ground. Now they find themselves inside the red zone.
Man in motion is Smith. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Devontae Smith, touchdown Caps. So they get the touchdown, and now it is a 9-point game. Greg, you can go for 1 and make it a 1-possession game. Or some people think about going for 2 here. What would you do?
I think I'm going for 2, Mike.
Now, remember, all scoring plays are reviewed. Tight game, tight call. They're going to take a good long look at this one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense. And their running back. set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. They'll give it to Eckler on the option. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down. To throw is Nix. He'll try to run for it. And Nix with the wise move there at the end, sliding to a stop, but he's got the 1st down. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Great job there making something out of nothing. He's able to break the pocket, get downfield, get the 1st down, and get down for good measure. That's really well done by this quarterback.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A give for Eckler, running right. And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry. 2nd and a yard. They run it once more with Eckler. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. It is picked up by the defense.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They run with Walker. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. Taken at the 19. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bisons offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run. It's Eckler. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Now a timeout called by the defense. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Caps offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. This one taken in by Renfro. Throwing on second down, Williams. That one knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. Now it's going to be third down. They'll try and run it with Walker. And that'll keep the drive going. He's got the first down up past the 40-yard line. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Plenty of time, all three timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick slant into the hands of Smith. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now Williams. Open man, it's Davis downfield. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is 3rd down. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout. And they stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. So it's a win for our visitors. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago, respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.